going to call this the Watermelon series, and I'm going to be doing 5 different soaps with watermelon themes, possibly 6 soaps, but I'm going to do this same intro video for at least these because there are so many pieces that I'm going to be making at the same time for different soaps that they do have a lot of overlap. Like I spent the last few days drawing pictures, coloring, talking to my kids, because I was going to go with a traditional watermelon soap, but I thought, you know, let's have some fun with it. So I've got 2 teenage daughters. I talked to them, they gave me some ideas, and we'll get there just in a second. But I have, like I said, I've got a lot of overlap where I'll be making pieces with kind of little mini batches of soaps that will go into it. So like with soap dough. So I was up till midnight last night and then working again on soap dough designs. I haven't cleaned up my mess yet, but these are going to be going into different loaves of soap, and you can see they're different lengths depending on what I'm going to be doing. These are not going to be full batches. I usually make, like, my full batches are 20 to 24 bars. I know people make bigger ones than that, but that's what I like to do. But anyway, these are going to be just smaller batches, 8 to 10 bars of soap for each one, because they are very labor intensive. And I've been working on these, gosh, I've been brainstorming for a while now, but actually pen and paper for the last 3 days. I've got a whole bunch of notes that I have for the steps I'm going to take, because like I said, I'm going to have to kind of go back and forth with the different ones. So lots going on. The fragrances I'm going to be using are, I've got 3 from Brambleberry. I've got watermelon sugar, cucumber melon, and then cucumber melon candle and soap. They do smell a little bit different. Now the candle and soap one, that can be obviously used in both candle and soap. They do have a little bit different scents. One of them's a bit earthier to me, so I want to see what they smell like individually, and then I'll do some mixes. I was told that black raspberry vanilla mixed 50-50 with cucumber melon makes an excellent watermelon scent, so I'm going to try that as well. And then for that last batch, I'll probably do some type of a mix. So this will be kind of an intro video for each one, and then now I'm going to talk about the soap that I'm going to be making today. So first up is going to be a monster melon, and I have 2 eyeballs right here that are made. This will be a traditional loaf, so just a typical, let me grab it, a typical loaf, and it will have to be, this is 26 millimeters, about a little over 10 inches long, so each one of those, if I did embeds, would have to be the complete length of that mold. So I'm actually going to do this one upside down. I'm going to do a scraping technique along with those soap dough embeds. So I've made my little scrapers. They're gluing. The glue is still drying. That's why I have the clothespins on them. So what I will end up doing is pouring it upside down. I will pour the sky. I think I'm going to do maybe either a one pot wonder or in the pot of some blues. And then I will scrape out the head portion. It's not going to have arms. That's not going to happen. But I'm going to scrape out the head portion. I will place the eyeballs, and then once that is set up enough, I will scrape out the mouth portion, and then I will pour that with the pink, the reddish pink, with the little poppy seeds in it for the watermelon seeds. And I think that'll be a really fun one. So again, that will be poured upside down, and I think it'll be a lot of fun for that one. Everything is ready to go for the monster melon. I've got my oils and my lye ready. Well, it's at the right temperature. I still need to divide some of the oils out. Okay, so the fragrance I'm using is cucumber melon from Brambleberry. There's 2 different cucumber melons they have. The other one is a candle, cucumber melon and soap and candle one. This one is just the soap one. So I'm going to be using that one for this batch. It's supposed to be non-discoloring, supposed to behave well. I have the colors I'm using. I've got blue slushy mica. That's going to be the sky around it. And what I'm going to do is a one pot wonder going back and forth, because I'm going to make a full loaf with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have blue and white. I'm going to fragrance the blue portion so it's at the bottom, and then I'm not going to fragrance the top, which is going to be, I'm not going to fragrance the white, which would be mostly going to be this part. The reason I'm not going to do that is going to be scraping the majority of that out. I'm going to put it in a cup and seal it up tightly to make some soap dough with it. And so once that's set up enough to scrape it, I will scrape it out with this handmade scraper. And then for the face, oh, let me grab my eyeballs. Once I'm done scraping, then I have my eyeballs that I will put into place. The greens that I'm going to be using for the body, these are from Brambleberry, Apple Moss Green, and Kermit Green. I'm going to do a one pot wonder again and go at a diagonal for that. I might actually go from the middle because I'm hoping to kind of get those lines coming up. We will see. And then once that's set up, I have the mouth, just scrape that out. I have some poppy seeds that I'll be using, and then I'm going to be using raspberry red mica for that portion. So I'm going to go finish getting my oil separate out, and I'll come back here in just a minute for the pour. This one will take me a while, so I'm going to come back and forth because I have to let stuff set up. Anytime you have a soap that you have to scrape layers out, it does take a lot longer to do those soaps because you have to let things set up. And you have to keep checking on it, so it's not something where you can walk away. You have to keep checking on it. So I'll be back in just a sec.